Hello, I'm Dr. Martin Baxmann. In any high-performance practice, we spend an incredible amount of time designing our clinical systems, right? But what about the system for managing the most unpredictable element of all? I'm talking about human friction. Today, we're going to dive into a critical protocol for turning those tough moments, patient complaints, team criticism, into a powerful engine for your practice's growth. And let's be absolutely clear about this. This is not a soft skill. Your ability to effectively process feedback, whether it's coming from a patient, a parent, or one of your own team members, is a core component of a high-performance practice. Really, it's the very engine of continuous improvement. So, what's the biggest barrier holding us back? Well, honestly, it's our own biology. When we receive negative feedback, our first instinct is often a defensive reaction, and that can completely cloud our professional judgment. But here's the thing. These moments of friction are actually huge opportunities, but only if we can learn to manage our initial response. Think about it. In any moment of friction, you're at a fork in the road. The reactive path, well, that leads to justifying, to emotional pushback, and ultimately to stagnation. But the other path, the reflective path, the true leadership path, that involves a deliberate pause. It involves thoughtful processing and actually using that input to drive genuine improvement. One is just instinct. The other, that's a deliberate strategy. Now, before we can even think about implementing a system for feedback, we need a tool to manage our own emotional state in that critical moment. This is the absolute prerequisite for turning what could be a difficult conversation into a truly productive one. And it really is this simple. 4 seconds. That might just be the most powerful and productive 4 seconds of your entire day. This isn't about suppressing a reaction. It's about creating just enough space to choose a better one. The mechanics are simple, but the neurological impact is actually profound. A deep inhale, a slow exhale, and it's important to do it without sighing, which can come across as dismissive. This literally shifts your brain from that reactive fight-or-flight state into a more logical, reflective one. A single breath can fundamentally change the entire direction of a conversation. Okay, so once you've used that 4-second reset to get your composure, you're ready to deploy a reliable protocol. This is what I call the latte method. Having a clear, memorized system like this takes the emotional stress out of the situation and allows you to lead with calm confidence. This is an acronym that every single member of my team has to master. It provides a reliable structure, a roadmap for handling any complaint or concern that comes our way. So let's break down exactly how it works step by step. We start with L for listen, and I mean truly listening, not just waiting for your turn to talk or mentally preparing your defense. Your only goal here is to understand. So lean in, give them your full attention, and use the simple, powerful phrase, "Tell me more." Next up is A for acknowledge. And this is a crucial distinction. Acknowledgement is not agreement. It is validation. You're simply confirming that you've heard them and that you're taking their concerns seriously. A simple phrase like, "I can absolutely understand why you would feel that way," is incredibly powerful for de-escalating a tense situation. The first T stands for thank you. And this is where we reframe the entire interaction. In a lean, high-performance environment, we have to be genuinely grateful when someone brings a flaw to our attention. That's valuable data. A complaint made directly to you is an opportunity. A complaint made behind your back, well, that helps absolutely no one. The second T is take action. And frankly, this is where so many leaders fail. A vague promise just doesn't cut it. You have to commit to a specific action with a clear timeline. Saying, "I will have an answer for you by noon tomorrow," shows true ownership and gives the other person peace of mind. And finally, we close the loop with E for explain. You have to go back to the person who raised the issue and explain the resolution. This final step is what makes people feel truly heard, truly valued, and it builds immense trust in your leadership and in the practice itself. So what's the real payoff for implementing a system like this? It's profound. You're not just managing errors anymore. You are systematically converting these points of friction into cornerstones of excellence for your practice. Just consider the two paths. When an error happens and there's no system in place, the outcome is pretty predictable. A lost patient, a frustrated team. But when you apply the latte method to that exact same error, it becomes a catalyst for increased loyalty and a more resilient team. You're actively converting a liability into an asset. Let that really sink in for a moment. Effective service recovery is one of the most powerful loyalty-building tools we have. We're in the service and hospitality business just as much as we are in medicine. A well-handled mistake demonstrates character and commitment in a way that just smooth sailing never, ever can. So I'll leave you with this question to reflect on. As a leader, where is the first, most impactful place you can apply this system in your practice this week? Don't wait for some major issue. Start with the small frictions and begin building a culture of continuous improvement, one conversation at a time.